The thermostat that doesn't exist. Imagine waking up on day one with no furnace humming, no air conditioner clicking on, and no thermostat on the wall to argue with, because the house itself is the thermostat built from 1,000 packed tires and thick earth that quietly does the job machines usually do. That is the actual premise of an Earthship. And today we're running a 30-day thought experiment, walking through what would genuinely happen, week by week, if you moved into one of these off-grid homes near Taos, New Mexico, and stayed for a full month. Not the highlight reel version. The real one, sourced from actual guest reviews, documented owner accounts, and the physics of the building itself. By the end, you'll know exactly which parts of this dream hold up and which parts test you in ways nobody mentions on the tour. If a real, honest walk through this experience sounds like your kind of trip, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me if you'd actually last the full 30 days, because I want to know. Arrival day and the first deep breath. You'd likely arrive the way most guests do, driving out along a high desert mesa road roughly 14 miles northwest of Taos, past the visitor center where a staff member hands you an access code and a few instructions before you follow your own vehicle out to the rental itself. The first thing guests consistently describe isn't the tires or the bottles glinting in the walls. It's the silence and the sky. One recent visitor said the remote setting delivered big sky, big stars, and complete privacy unlike anywhere else they'd stayed. Step inside, and the interior surprises people every time: a fully equipped kitchen, comfortable furniture, Wi-Fi, even Netflix on the television, because the modern rentals are built to prove a point that off-grid does not mean primitive. That first night, watching a storm sweep across distant mountains from your own rooftop deck is the kind of moment that makes day one feel like a postcard. The first week and the quiet adjustment. By day 3 or 4, the postcard starts revealing its fine print. And that's not a bad thing, it's just reality settling in. You start noticing the rhythm the house runs on. Water arrives from rain caught on the roof and stored in cisterns, filtered for drinking, then reused through sinks and showers into gray water planters growing food right inside the greenhouse wall, then finally treated again for outdoor irrigation. It's an elegant system, but it asks something of you that a city apartment never does: awareness. You start noticing exactly how much water you're using because you can watch it move through the walls of your own home. Multiple long-term owners describe this same shift, a slow transition from resenting the awareness to actually valuing it, treating conservation less like a chore and more like a habit worth having. The days the temperature teaches you something. Here's where the science gets genuinely interesting and also genuinely humbling. Earthship walls are built from densely packed earth specifically because that mass absorbs heat during sunlit hours and releases it slowly overnight, which is exactly why the interior stays remarkably stable without mechanical heating or cooling. But documented owner experience is clear about one detail almost nobody mentions up front. That mass can take 2 to 3 years to fully settle into its ideal equilibrium in a brand new build. For a 30-day stay in an established, already broken in rental, you'd actually get the benefit of that settled thermal mass without the weight, which is one of the quiet advantages of renting an existing Earthship rather than moving into a freshly built one. Around the 2-week mark, you'd likely notice how little you think about temperature at all anymore. The house simply holds a comfortable range on its own, and that absence of a hum in the background becomes strangely peaceful. The rhythm of a day you didn't expect. Somewhere around day 10, a new kind of daily rhythm takes over, one built around light rather than a clock. Mornings start earlier than usual because the slanted greenhouse glass fills the living space with sun long before a conventional window would. And that light becomes your actual alarm. Meals start shifting too, since many rentals now lean into the newest Earthship principle: interior food production, meaning herbs, greens, and sometimes fruit growing right in the gray water planters along the greenhouse wall. It's a strange kind of grocery run, walking 15 feet from your kitchen to your living room to pick something for dinner. Evenings slow down differently as well, since without the ambient hum of central heating or air conditioning, the quiet becomes a presence of its own, something guests repeatedly describe as the most disorienting and then the most missed part of the whole experience once they leave. The unexpected friction nobody warns you about. Not everything runs perfectly, and honest guest reviews confirm it. One visitor described broken bottles, food packaging, and general litter scattered around parts of the property, along with an odd absence of on-site recycling despite the entire philosophy being built around reuse, evidence that even a flagship sustainable community has ordinary maintenance gaps like anywhere else. Around the 2.5-week mark of a 30-day stay, you'd probably experience your own version of this friction. Maybe a gray water smell near the kitchen sink that guides in the space have documented for years. Maybe a slanted skylight that needs a specific technique to open and close. Maybe simply missing the mindless convenience of a municipal water and power grid you never had to think about before. This is the point in the month where the romantic version of off-grid living and the practical version of it finally meet each other honestly. The turn toward something deeper. By week 3, something shifts for most people who stick with it, and it shows up in the same reviews that mention the mess and the learning curve. People consistently describe an emotional moment they didn't expect. One visitor's partner reportedly had to hold back tears during a tour, moved by finally standing inside something they had dreamed about for years. That reaction tends to deepen the longer you actually live inside the space rather than just visit it. Watching food grow in your own interior greenhouse, harvesting rainwater you can actually see falling on your roof, realizing your propane bill for hot water might land somewhere near $90 for an entire year rather than a single month, these numbers stop being facts you read and start being a life you're actually testing. This is usually where guests start asking the dangerous question, could I actually do this permanently? The final week, and what 30 days actually proves. By the last week, the nervous system settles into a rhythm most people never expected. The silence stops feeling empty and starts feeling like space. The awareness of water and energy stops feeling like restriction and starts feeling like literacy, a skill you didn't have a month ago. And the discomforts, the mess near the visitor areas, the learning curve of a gray water system, the 2-week adjustment period don't disappear, but they stop dominating the experience the way they did in week 1. What 30 days inside an Earthship actually proves isn't that off-grid living is effortless. It proves the opposite, that it's a skill learnable in roughly the time it takes to break a habit and build a new one, and that most of the friction lives in the first 10 days rather than the last 20. Would you actually stay? So here's the honest answer to the question in the title. Yes, you could live in an Earthship for 30 days, and by most documented accounts, you would likely come out the other side changed in a way a hotel stay never manages, not because the house is magic, but because it forces a relationship with resources most modern homes let you ignore completely. Whether you choose to stay permanently is a much harder question, tangled up in climate, permitting, financing, and how much you genuinely enjoy paying attention to the systems keeping you alive. But for 30 days, in the right desert light, watching stars from a rooftop deck, built from 1,000 recycled tires, most people who try it walk away wishing they'd booked longer. If you want to keep exploring what it actually takes to live differently, subscribe, because there's a lot more ground left to walk, one honest experiment at a time.